They don't just notice your moves, they notice before the moves happen. And now you're in their head. They're uncomfortable, they're scared. And it's intoxicating, isn't it? Because what they don't understand is that you've been awake while they were still dreaming, while they were guessing, fumbling, and hesitating. You were calculating, observing, preparing every detail, every step, every silent pause, every glance, every pattern. And now it's all revealed in a flash, in a moment, in you. No, no, no. Don't mistake this for arrogance. This isn't about boasting. This is survival. This is dominance. This is reality bending itself around your awareness. They think it's luck. They think it's a coincidence. They think it's impossible. Huh? They're terrified of the fact that you don't need luck. You don't rely on coincidence. You rely on something far more dangerous: focus, clarity, discipline. That quiet, lethal intelligence that lets you see the cracks in the walls while everyone else is glued to the floor. And that's when it hits. Oh, it hits hard. They realize they're late, way too late. They're exposed, vulnerable, nervous. And you're standing there calm, smiling, almost, because this is your moment. Their confusion, their fear, their awe, it's proof that you are ahead, way ahead. Listen to me, you've felt it before. That itch at the back of your mind telling you don't sleep, don't blink, don't hesitate. That whisper that tells you to study the shadows, the silence, the people around you, that tells you to see everything, even the things they don't want you to see. And when you do, when you finally act, boom, the effect is electric. It shocks them, paralyzes them, forces them to ask questions they weren't ready to ask. That's power, that's perception, that's knowing the game so intimately that the game itself bends to your rules. And make no mistake, they are watching your every step now, trying to catch up, trying to decipher your moves, but they're already behind, and the more they panic, the more fun it becomes. Huh? Isn't it funny? How the simplest truth can terrify people? How knowing, really knowing, can make others doubt themselves, their choices, their instincts. And you sit there, silent, lethal, untouchable in your awareness. But not because you shouted, not because you forced them to notice. No. They feel it. Every hesitation, every lie, every fake smile, they feel the contrast. And it's mesmerizing. Because you didn't just read them, you anticipated them. You infiltrated their thought process without them realizing it. And now, they're asking, they're trembling, they're exposed, and you're still calm, waiting, patient, observing. Here's the secret. They'll never tell you. They're scared not because you're dangerous. Huh? They're scared because you're inevitable. Because in a world of blind reactions and endless guessing, you move like a shadow in plain sight. You see the truth before anyone else does. And that terrifies them. So they ask, they gasp, they stare. How did you know? And you just smile. Quietly. Because the truth is simple. The truth is relentless. You didn't know by chance. You saw. You learned. You dominated the space between what they think they know and what is actually real. And that, my friend, is why they're scared. No, no, no. Never underestimate it. Never dismiss the thrill, the fear, the respect that rises from being that step ahead. This is your arena, your playground. And every glance, every pause, every word, it carries weight. You're not just participating in the world. You're bending it, you're shaping it. And the moment they realize it, they'll ask again and again, how did you know? And every time, you'll just keep moving, keep watching, keep calculating. Always one move ahead, always in control, always electric. Now, listen closely, because this is where the game changes. You don't just wait for people to ask, how did you know? You make them feel it, every single time. Every glance you catch, every word you choose, every silence you hold. It's intentional, precision, surgical. Most people stumble through life thinking randomness is safety. They guess, they hope, they panic. But you study, you observe, you calculate. Every detail in your environment becomes a secret weapon. Every interaction is data. Every pattern is a roadmap. And the more you notice, the more inevitable you become. This isn't complicated. Don't get lost in tricks or illusions. Start small. Watch, listen, really watch, really listen. People think they're hiding things. They're not. They reveal themselves in tiny cracks. The pause before a word, the twitch of a finger, the way their eyes wander. That's your key. Every subtlety is a thread, and you're weaving it into a story they didn't know they were telling. You read the tension before it even exists, and the moment you act on it, oh, the shock, the disbelief. How did you know? They gasp. And you're smiling because it wasn't magic. It was an observation, discipline, awareness. Here's the next truth. Confidence isn't loud. It doesn't scream. It doesn't demand attention. It radiates in the spaces between words, in the silence after a statement, in the calm that follows chaos. That's what makes them uneasy. That's what makes them ask questions they can't answer. Your power grows in stillness, in patience, in knowing when to move and when to stay. Every hesitation they show is fuel. Every doubt they project is a reflection of your dominance in perception. Don't confuse knowledge with arrogance. They fear you not because you know everything, but because you predict, you anticipate, you act while they flounder. And you can get there too. It starts with awareness. Start noticing patterns, not just in people, but in life, in timing, in behavior, in reactions. Each repetition, each predictability, each tiny reveal is a piece of the puzzle. Once you see the puzzle, once you understand the invisible rules they're all dancing to, then you can bend the board. Then you can play on a level they never even imagined. And patience, my friend. This is where most people fail. They want results. They want acknowledgement. They want applause. But you wait. You let the storm build. You observe in silence while others rush in chaos. That's when the magic happens. That's when their questions come, trembling on their lips. How did you know? And every time, the answer is the same. You didn't guess. You saw. You planned. You calculated. And now, everything is in motion, and they're just reacting. Always reacting. Never ahead. Never ready. Finally, remember this. They're scared because you've accepted one simple truth. Reality isn't random. Life isn't luck. Success, perception, mastery, they're patterns waiting to be read. And the second you start reading, the effect is unstoppable. You start to predict behavior, anticipate outcomes, navigate conversations, manipulate timing, not to harm, not to belittle, but to dominate the space around you. Every move is deliberate. Every action is a statement. Every silence is louder than their noise. So now, go. Start small. Observe more than you speak. Notice more than they notice. Anticipate more than they can imagine. And when the moment comes, when they finally ask, your smile, your calm, your presence, it will answer everything they cannot put into words. That's power. That's awareness. That's being the storm they never saw coming. And remember, this isn't luck. It's not magic. It's you. Now it's time. Time to step out of the shadows you've been studying from. Time to become the thing they're afraid of. Not because you're loud, not because you show off. Because you exist with awareness. Every room you enter, every conversation you touch, every glance you cast, there is weight. Gravity bends around your perception, and how they notice it. You don't have to tell them. You don't have to prove anything. They feel it. And that is when fear becomes respect. This is where most people stumble. They stop at knowing. They stop at observing. But knowing without action, is just anxiety. It's wasted energy. You must move. Every insight you've collected, every pattern you've traced, every hesitation you've predicted, it is useless until you let it breathe. Act, flow, strike in the silence, in the subtlety, in the moment they least expect. And when you do, when the world finally catches up to you, they will gasp again. How did you know? And you'll answer without a word. Presence is your language. Mastery is your signature. Here's the final truth. They're not scared of your moves. They're scared of your mind. Of the calm calculation behind the chaos. Of the patience behind the strike. Of the invisible strings you pull without ever touching them. That's your edge. That's what separates the ordinary from the inevitable. You are not reacting. You are orchestrating. And every step they take, every doubt they whisper, only makes your power clearer. Don't settle for imitation. Don't blend into their expectations. Stand, watch, move, predict. Let them wonder. Let them fear. Because they cannot stop what they cannot anticipate. And the more you let them question, the more you solidify your presence. Every time they ask, every time they stare, every time they freeze, you're not just ahead, you're untouchable in perception, not in fantasy, not in stories, but in reality. In every glance, every word, every silence that follows you. Remember this. Mastery isn't flashy. It doesn't scream. It whispers. It creeps. It unfolds like a shadow across the room. Unseen, unstoppable, undeniable. And that's the thrill. That's the power. That's the moment they can't shake, the question they can't answer. How did you know? And you've already moved on, already calculated the next step, already 3 moves ahead while they're stuck on 1. Ah, this is the life you've been building. This is the presence you've been shaping. This is the world bending, not to luck, not to chance, but to you. No, no, no. Now go. Walk through your days with that awareness. Every room is a stage. Every moment is a choice. Every interaction, a mirror for your mastery. They'll continue to ask, and you'll continue to answer without answering, without forcing, without a word, because you are the calm in the storm, the shadow in the light, the question they can't solve. And in that, my friend, you are alive, fully, fiercely, electrically. And the world will never forget. Listen carefully, because this is where most people fail. They think mastery ends at observation, at prediction, at presence. No, that's only the beginning. What you've built so far, your calm, your awareness, your silent dominance, it's nothing if you don't own it every day. Every choice, every glance, every reaction becomes a statement. They're watching. The world is watching. And here's the twist. They're scared not of what you do, but of who you are when you do it. Consistency is the true power. It's not a single act. It's every act repeated. Every pause, every subtle insight, every silent smile when they wonder, how did you know that is your signature? Repetition is the shadow that follows you. It's the silent drumbeat behind every reaction. And when they notice patterns, when they finally realize, it's too late, because you've already rewritten the rules of interaction without them ever realizing. You set the tone. You define the pace. You shape the space. Here's the thing most people overlook. Fear and respect are earned in layers. Not a single move, not a single insight. It's the accumulation, the slow build, the patient domination that leaves them questioning reality itself. And that's your power. They're not asking, how did you know, because you're flashy. They're asking because you've become inevitable. You've become the quiet storm, the one who sees the moves before the moves exist. And when you embrace that, the game shifts entirely. Don't settle for being reactive. Don't blend with the chaos. Be proactive. Anticipate not just what's in front of you, but what's beyond their imagination. Read between the cracks. Watch for hesitation. Listen for contradictions. And when the moment comes, when the opportunity appears, you act with precision, without doubt, without hesitation. Every step becomes a signature. Every action becomes a message. And they are left scrambling to decode what they cannot. And that's the thrill. That's the edge. That's the life few ever dare to live. Finally, here's the crown of it all. Power, presence, mastery. They're meaningless if they don't become a habit. If you don't breathe them in every day, they vanish. But when you do, when you let every glance, every word, every pause carry weight, you reach a level they'll never anticipate. And every time they ask, how did you know, you'll just smile, calm, composed, untouchable in your mind, because they don't understand the work behind it. They don't see the observation, the patience, the discipline, the repetition. And that is the ultimate edge. That is your reality. No. So step forward. Now, every day, Every interaction, every silence, every calculated move, own it. Let them wonder, let them fear, let them respect. Let the world bend, not by chance, not by luck, not by shouting, but by the quiet, lethal consistency of you. And in that perfect storm of presence, awareness, and action, you will always be ahead. Always. And the question will echo over and over. How did you know? And oh, they'll never stop asking. Hey bro, have you ever been ignored, dismissed, undervalued? Oh, you gave everything and they just spat it out? Nah, it's not fair, right? And that feeling, yeah, it burns deep inside. You were a blessing. They mistreated? Yes, seriously. The one who stood, the one who cared, the one who lifted. And they didn't see it. But now? Oh, now they feel the weight, the crushing weight of your absence. They're lost, confused, desperate. And yeah, it's all your power showing. Are you ready to feel it in your bones? To let it sink in? Yeah. Brace yourself. Because they thought your light was weak, and now they're drowning in the shadow of your absence. This is real, raw, and it's about to hit like a storm. Stay with me. Yeah. Till the last word. Comment, share, tribute your strength. Because this isn't just a speech, it's a mirror, a revelation, a reminder that some forces, some souls, once they walk away, oh wow, the world feels the emptiness forever. They never recognize the force standing before them. Oh, do you hear it? That emptiness, that subtle vibration in the air where your presence once thrived. Yeah, that silence. It's deafening, isn't it? They filled their days with noise, chatter, meaningless laughter, pretending life was fine without noticing the pulse they crushed. They feasted on your energy, sipped slowly from the reservoir of your patience, and never once blinked at the sacrifice you made. Oh wow, they didn't see it? And now? Now the absence screams louder than any words could. You gave, and gave, and gave again. And they stripped it bare. They treated your trust like it was a toy, a trivial thing to be tossed aside when inconvenient. Nah, they did not see the depth, the effort, the discipline behind your care. They took it all for granted. Every kind word, every moment of support, every ounce of strength you shared, they chewed it up, spat it out, and moved on like it was nothing. But nothing is not nothing. They will realize that. One day, or maybe tonight. Who knows? But the weight of it is already pressing against their chest. It lingers, it clings, it will not leave. And let's talk truth. Absence is more than distance. Absence is power. It is a force they cannot manipulate. They cannot bargain with it. They cannot steal it back or recreate it. You were the spark in rooms that grew dark without your attention. You were clarity in confusion. You were patience in a storm. And now, the storm is raging. The confusion remains, and their rooms are empty. They are learning, slowly, bitterly, that some losses cannot be undone. Yes, it hurts. And yes, it should hurt. They should feel the trembling impact of what they abandoned. Because every second you were there, every effort you made, was a gift they weren't ready for. They mistook your restraint for weakness. They mistook your guidance for manipulation. They mistook loyalty for submission. And the irony, the exquisite irony is this. The more they misjudged you, the stronger you grew silently, invisibly, in ways they could never anticipate. Do they notice yet? Oh, I doubt it. They are still fumbling, still pretending, still spinning lies to cover the cracks in their conscience. But cracks? Oh, they widen. And when the cracks become canyons, they will remember the one who walked away quietly, calmly, unstoppable. You did not scream. You did not retaliate. You simply moved. And that is the kind of force that haunts even the boldest souls. And in that haunting, there is a message. Not for them, not for their apologies, not for their regrets, but for you. A reminder that power resides in patience, that dignity exists in restraint, that absence, when wielded correctly, speaks louder than presence ever could. What is missing screams louder than what remains. Oh, can you feel it? That gnawing, creeping emptiness that slides into every corner they once occupied with you? Yeah, it is heavy, dense, unforgiving. They thought that walking away would silence your influence, that absence would erase the echoes of your strength. Nah, absence is a force of nature. It cannot be bargained with. It cannot be ignored. Every empty room, every quiet corner, every whispered thought, they are haunted by what they took for granted. And they are searching. Oh yes, they are fumbling through memories like blind men chasing light. Every laugh you shared, every insight you offered, every calm hand guiding chaos, they cannot grasp it. They try to mimic, they try to fabricate, they attempt to fill the void with shallow substitutes, but the void resists. It refuses to lie. You were not ordinary. You were a measure of integrity, of patience, of unshakable resolve. And they will never replicate that. Ever. The bitter truth hits hardest when realization spreads like wildfire. They begin to see the cracks in their own armor. Their strategies fail. Their excuses fall flat. Their control slips. And the world they built on your complacency begins to tremble. They are learning, slowly, painfully, that some gifts cannot be replaced, and that is a lesson drenched in consequence. Oh wow, the irony is exquisite. They laughed while you gave. They mocked while you nurtured. They celebrated their ignorance while you stayed silent, patient, invisible. But power is quiet. And quiet, when wielded with purpose, becomes a storm. They feel it now. That unmistakable weight, that pressure, that undeniable gravity of what they have lost. And it terrifies them. They cannot call it back. They cannot rewind the moments they discarded. They cannot fix the cracks that formed in their lives when they treated you as dispensable. And this unbearable truth is a reflection of their own choices. They are trapped in a mirror of their making, staring at a force they never valued until it vanished. Yes, it is cruel. Yes, it is relentless. But this is not revenge. This is natural consequence. This is life recalibrating the scales, quietly, firmly, without hesitation. And while they grapple with absence, you are thriving in silence. Every decision, every movement, every step forward intensifies the lesson they will carry for the rest of their existence. And here is the ultimate edge. They do not even realize that in their desperation, they are sharpening your clarity. Every failed attempt to replace you, every pang of regret, every sleepless night they endure. They are crafting the story of your strength. They are unwittingly building the pedestal on which your absence will shine. And yet, the question looms, unavoidable. Can they bear the weight of their own oversight? Can they face the void they created, or will they crumble under its immensity? Regret is a mirror, and they dare not look into it. Oh, can you see them now? Their eyes darting, searching, grasping at shadows, fumbling in spaces you once illuminated. Yeah, they are lost, confused, desperate. And every step they take, every attempt to reclaim what was theirs, fails. Nah, they cannot touch it. They cannot summon what they threw away. They thought absence would be weakness, but absence is sharper than any sword. Every memory of you is a wound they cannot mend. Every conversation you carried with patience and clarity now haunts them. They replay your words in silence, hoping they sound different in memory, hoping they can convince themselves it was nothing. Oh, wow. But the truth is relentless. The mirror does not lie. Every misstep, every betrayal, every moment they dismissed you, it stares back at them with unflinching precision. And the weight is unbearable. It seeps into their nights, presses into their days, lingers in every shadowed corner of thought. They feel it in the pit of their stomachs, a gnawing realization that they mishandled brilliance, squandered presence, and mistreated what they could never replace. They tremble under the gravity of it. But here's the exquisite part. You do not need to confront them. You do not need to accuse, to yell, to demand recognition. Their own reflection is punishment enough. Their conscience, the silent witness, grows louder every second. Oh, the irony is delicious. They laughed while you labored. They mocked while you guided. They celebrated their ignorance while you persisted in quiet strength. And now, in the shadow of their own failure, they understand too late that some forces cannot be bent, some presences cannot be replaced, and some people are untouchable once they choose themselves over the blind demands of others. Yeah, they are learning the hard way. They scramble for explanations, excuses, apologies, but each one falters. Each one falls short. Every word, every gesture, every desperate attempt at reclamation echoes hollowly against the walls of reality. They cannot reclaim what you gave freely, what you nurtured patiently, what you protected with unwavering integrity. And in that failure, they feel a bitter pang that twists through every thought, every interaction, every day. And here's the ultimate truth they cannot escape. The lesson was never for them, not truly. It was always for you. To show that patience is power, that restraint is mastery, that walking away from those who cannot value you is the most potent form of influence. Oh, the silence, the absence, the unspoken victory. These are your weapons, sharper than any confrontation could ever be. So, as they sit in the mirror of their mistakes, trembling, uncertain, haunted, the question rises. Inevitable, will they rise from the weight of their own ignorance? Or will they crumble, swallowed by the consequences of mistreatment? Silence is louder than the screams of those who underestimated you. Oh, can you feel it? The air thickens with every step you take. Unseen but undeniable. Yeah, they thought leaving you behind would weaken you. Nah, weakness is a choice. You chose strength. You chose patience. You chose silence as armor, and now it is a weapon. While they scramble in shadows of regret, you move forward, slowly, calculated, every decision sharper than the last, every thought clearer, every step steadier. They thought your absence would be an empty void, but oh wow, it is a force, alive and expanding. Every corner they once filled with their noise is now yours to command, silently, invisibly, perfectly. They watch, and they feel it. The undeniable presence that lingers even when you are nowhere near. Your absence teaches them a truth they cannot escape. Brilliance cannot be recreated. Integrity cannot be faked. Patience cannot be borrowed. And the realization eats at them, gnaws at their certainty, erodes their confidence, without a single word from you. Oh, the irony is sharp. They mocked your restraint. They overlooked your clarity. They underestimated your power. And now the very act of your quiet advancement cuts through the illusions they built around themselves. They are left grasping at shadows, trying to replicate a force they cannot touch, cannot replace, cannot understand. And in this silence, you are unstoppable. Your life moves forward with purpose, with vision, with relentless clarity. Every choice, every triumph, every moment of calm resilience becomes a message they cannot decode. You are untouchable. They cannot break you. They cannot diminish you. They cannot rewrite what you were or what you have become. Yeah, they may scream in frustration. Yes, they may plot in desperation, but your rise is beyond their reach. They are irrelevant to the momentum you carry. Every step you take, every door you open, every horizon you reach is a testament to the truth they refuse to honor. Your worth was never theirs to measure. And that realization, it burns. Brilliantly, fiercely. Oh wow. The ultimate lesson is this: absence is not weakness. Absence is strategy. Absence is the quiet manifestation of power that no apology can undo, no regret can recreate. And they are learning too late. They cannot take back what was never theirs to hold. Oh, do you hear that? The silence after the storm? Yeah, it is yours. They thought absence would weaken you. Nah. Absence has forged you into something unstoppable, something untouchable. Every second of patience, every moment of restraint, every step taken without them has built a legacy they cannot erase. They are left staring at echoes. Shadows of your influence haunt the spaces they once controlled. Every plan they concoct, every hollow attempt to reclaim relevance, crumbles before the weight of your existence. Oh wow, it is exquisite. Watching them realize that what they mistreated is beyond their grasp. Their remorse is loud in their own minds, deafening even as they try to ignore it. And here's the truth: they cannot swallow. The power of your absence is not a curse, not a weapon, not revenge. It is simply the natural consequence of their choices. Every disregard, every insult, every underestimation, they are now paying for it with the unbearable gravity of your non-presence. They watch helpless, while you rise, evolve, dominate quietly, masterfully, beyond the reach of their influence. Oh, the ultimate irony is this: they cannot hate you for leaving. They cannot undo the lessons you embodied. They cannot reclaim the respect, clarity, and integrity you carried silently. And in that realization, they are undone. Every hollow apology, every feeble attempt at amends only highlights what they lost, what they cannot retrieve, what they failed to honor. Yeah, They may try to fill the void with distraction. They may conjure illusions of control, but illusions crumble, shadows vanish, and brilliance endures. Your presence, your principles, your quiet power, they are immortalized not in words or memories alone, but in the undeniable reality of their absence. They see it, they feel it, and every fleeting attempt to replace it is a reminder that some forces cannot be contained, some energy cannot be stolen, some life cannot be diminished once it chooses itself. And so you leave a mark they will never forget, a lesson they will carry whether they want it or not. The echo of your life, the gravity of your absence, the unspoken power of your silent rise, these are things they cannot touch. They are witnesses to a force they ignored, and now they must bear the weight. The final truth is simple. Your legacy is not for them to admire or control. Your legacy exists because you endured, because you rose, because you never settled for being anything less than your full, unshakable self. And in their regret, in their longing, in their desperate realization, you remain untouchable, unforgettable, unstoppable. And now, now you feel it, don't you? Oh wow, that weight, that power of your absence, it lingers, it dominates. Remember this. Never forget. You were a blessing, untouchable, unshakable, and they lost it. Every second they feel it, every moment they realize you are gone, and nothing they do can replace what you carried. So stand tall. Own your strength, your patience, your rise, because this message, this tribute, it's for you. The warriors in the shadows, the ones who stayed silent but never weak. Comment below. Let me know how you survived, how you thrived, how you left the world, trembling in the weight of your absence. Hit that subscribe button, support the movement, tribute your own power, because without you, this speech is nothing. But with you, oh wow, it's unstoppable. And always remember, once you choose yourself, once you walk away from those who cannot value you, the world itself bends, feels the emptiness, and respects the force that you are. Stay sharp, stay unstoppable, stay untouchable, and we'll see each other in the next storm of truth, where your absence becomes legend. They've been watching you for years, decades maybe. Every misstep cataloged, every weakness is studied. Every time you blinked, they were there, snickering in the shadows, whispering that you would never rise. They thought they had you figured out. They thought the cracks in your armor would swallow you whole. But here you are, still standing, still breathing, still plotting your next move. And the best part? They have no idea how close you are to proving them wrong. Every failed attempt they made, every scheme they set in motion, every insult hurled your way, they underestimated you. And underestimation is lethal. Do you feel it? That heat in your chest, that pulse racing under your skin. That's not fear, that's life, telling you you're still in the game. It burns, doesn't it? They wanted to see you crumble. They wanted to watch your spirit break. They wanted the easy victory, the one that would make them look clever, invincible. But clever, invincible. That's for storytellers, for people who don't know the first thing about resilience. They forgot one thing. You're not playing by their rules. Not even close. And now every attack they've launched, every trap they've set, it has made you sharper, meaner, hungrier. They've attacked you for an extremely long time and still failed miserably. Look at them silently cheering for your collapse, feeding off the idea that they've won before the fight even starts. Nah, they don't get it. Every time they aimed a blow, it forged your armor. Every attempt to push you down carved deeper trenches of strength into your soul. And here's the delicious part, they didn't even notice. While they were busy counting your stumbles, you were counting your victories, even the ones no one saw. Hidden victories, quiet ones, deadly ones. They underestimated your patience, your endurance, your ability to rise when the world expects you to stay down. That's the irony. And isn't irony just perfect? Take a moment. Feel it. Every ounce of doubt they planted, every whisper of weakness they tried to inject into your mind. Let it simmer. Let it fuel you. Because here's the truth. Failure is a story for those who give up. For the rest of us, it's a blueprint, a map, a guide. Every misfire, every betrayal, every backstab, they handed you the tools. You've been crafting your response, your ultimate answer, in the shadows while they played in the open. They thought it was over. They thought they were winning. And now it's your turn. Now it's time to show them what persistence looks like when it's sharpened into a weapon. This isn't a pep talk. This isn't a motivational poster with a smiling sun. No, this is war. Quiet, patient, relentless war. And you, my friend, are the one they never saw coming. You're the storm waiting behind the calm. The darkness that swallows light, the laugh echoing in the empty halls of their confidence. Every sneer they cast at you has been absorbed, multiplied, perfected. And when it's over, oh yes, when it's over, they'll realize something crucial. Attacking you for an extremely long time didn't make them strong. It made you unstoppable. Do you hear it? That quiet hum in the background? That's not a coincidence. That's the sound of their frustration building, of their plans crumbling in real time. Every attempt they made, every trap, every smear, every jab, it ricocheted back. And who's left standing? You. Yes, you. The one they thought they'd broken. The one they laughed at. The one they whispered about behind closed doors. Oh, how the mighty underestimate the patient. Look at yourself in the mirror. Really look. Do you see the scars? The bruises? The nights spent staring at ceilings, wondering how you got here. Those moments weren't setbacks. They were sharpening your vision, forging your mind into something sharp, something dangerous. Every insult that was hurled, every obstacle thrown in your path, every laugh meant to humiliate you, it was practice, training, rehearsal for this exact moment, and now you're ready. They don't know it yet, but you're ready. Feel the weight of their failed attempts. Imagine it pressing down on them. All that effort, all that energy, wasted. No result. Nothing gained. And you've taken all of it. Every ounce of negativity, every smear, every scheme, you've consumed it, digested it, transformed it into power. That's the cruel twist. The joke's on them. And they'll never see it coming. Because while they were busy trying to destroy you, you were learning, watching, planning. smiling quietly to yourself, knowing the day of reckoning would arrive, and it's here. Now think of this. Every moment they spent trying to knock you down was a moment they weren't building themselves. Every sneer aimed at you was a chance they wasted to prepare. And here's the punchline. While they were busy with their attacks, you were becoming a force they cannot predict. Delicious, isn't it? That sweet irony, that sense of power quietly swelling inside you, a storm waiting to erupt. And when it does, it won't be pretty. It will be precise, brutal in its efficiency, and yes, beautiful. This is your time. The long fight they waged against you wasn't to win. It was to test you, to measure your patience, to gauge your will. And now you've passed. You've risen above the noise, the mockery, the endless barrage of doubt. No, no, no. They can't touch you now. Every attack has only reinforced your purpose. Every challenge has made your resolve stronger. Every failure they hope to instill has become your weapon. And that's the ultimate revenge. Not loud, not messy, but undeniable, irrefutable. So what now? You move quietly, confidently, with the knowledge that they thought they had the upper hand for an extremely long time. They were wrong. And soon, oh yes, soon they'll realize the price of their arrogance. Every attempt they made against you, every plot, every sneer, every long drawn-out effort, it has all been wasted. And while they stand there stunned, you will rise, not as someone they can destroy, but as someone they never imagined existed. The one they underestimated, the one who refused to break. Now, it's time to finish the story. Time to show them what happens when someone refuses to be broken. Every attack they've hurled at you, every plot, every whisper of doubt, they didn't weaken you. No, they were handing you fuel, feeding a fire you've kept carefully hidden, waiting for the exact moment to ignite. Can you feel it? That simmering power under your skin? That tension building in your chest? That's life giving you the edge. That's your opportunity. That's the moment they've been dreading, even if they don't know it yet. Imagine their faces when they realize all their efforts, all their sneers, all their long drawn-out attacks have failed miserably. They invested time, energy, emotion, believing they could break you, and now their own arrogance will be their undoing. Ironic, isn't it? The very thing they spent so long trying to impose upon you, their control, their dominance, has returned to them like a mirror, reflecting their failure in perfect clarity. And you've been standing in the shadows, watching, learning, preparing, ready to step into the light with a quiet, unrelenting fury. This is more than revenge. This is mastery. Every scar, every bruise, every moment of doubt has been a teacher. Every failed attack has been a lesson in patience, resilience, and strategy. They think strength is loud. They think power is obvious. But the truth? True power is silent, precise, calculated. They'll look back, scratching their heads, wondering how it all slipped through their fingers. And the answer is simple. They underestimated you. They underestimated what persistence, cunning, and focus can achieve when channeled without mercy. So rise, step forward, claim the space they tried to deny you. Let every glance, every whisper, every smirk that was aimed at your destruction fuel your presence. Every long, miserable failure on their part is your proof. Proof that their attacks weren't enough. Proof that their plans crumbled in your shadow. Proof that you are stronger, smarter, and sharper than they ever imagined. And now, standing on the edge of everything they tried to take, you realize something exhilarating. The fight is over for them. But for you, it's just begun. Take a deep breath. Feel it. That surge of dark satisfaction. That calm, lethal confidence that only comes when you've been tested beyond measure and survived. That's your power. That's your victory. And the beauty of it, they'll never see you coming next time, because you've learned. You've grown. You've turned their long, drawn-out attacks into fuel for the unstoppable force you've become. Yes, unstoppable. And as you step into your next move, remember this. The longer they attacked, the stronger you became. The more they tried, the sharper you grew. And now, nothing can touch you. But here's the thing. The story doesn't end here. The moment you've claimed victory over their attacks, that's when the real game begins. Every failed attempt they made is now your roadmap. Every long, drawn-out scheme they threw at you is a lesson in what to do next. Can you feel it? That quiet thrill of knowing you've learned their weaknesses, their patterns, their predictable arrogance? That's your advantage. That's your edge. And edges, well, they cut deep. Now, it's time to sharpen it. Time to move forward with purpose. Every glance back at the chaos they created, let it remind you of how far you've come. Every memory of their doubt, let it fuel your next step. Because they didn't just fail, they failed spectacularly. And that failure isn't yours to mourn. No. It's yours to exploit. Every stumble they forced, every obstacle they placed in your path, has prepared you for this exact moment of clarity. This is where you stop surviving and start dominating. Look around. The world is waiting, silent, watching, and they're still recovering from their own miscalculations. They thought the battle was theirs to win, but battles aren't won by noise and bravado. Battles are won by patience, by cunning, by resilience, and you've had all of those in abundance. Every long, miserable attack against you, it's now their proof of your inevitability. Delicious, isn't it? To rise from under the weight of their arrogance and become the one who defines the outcome. And here's the final truth, the ultimate takeaway. They attacked for an extremely long time, believing they could shape your story, and yet here you are, writing it yourself. Each page, each chapter, each scene, yours. Their failure has become your foundation, their underestimation, your weapon. And as you step into the next phase, the next challenge, the next silent victory, remember this. It's not about proving them wrong. It's about proving yourself right. About showing yourself what you're truly capable of when every obstacle, every sneer, every long-fought battle is turned into fuel. So stand. Step forward. Let the world feel your presence. Let the echoes of their failed attempts remind you of your strength. And know this. They tried, they attacked, they failed, miserably. And now it's your turn to move with purpose, with cunning, with relentless, quiet fury. Because the ones who attacked you for an extremely long time, they were training you, preparing you, forging you. And in the end, the joke's on them. Now listen closely. This isn't just about surviving their attacks anymore. No, this is about sending a message. Every whisper, every trap, every long drawn-out attempt to break you, it wasn't wasted. It was a rehearsal, preparation, training for the moment when you step into your own power. Feel that? That's the calm before the storm. That's the quiet before the world bends to your resolve. Look at them. Still scrambling, still wondering where they went wrong. Every second they spent trying to dominate you, every strategy they believed would crush your spirit, has only shaped you into something sharper, smarter, more lethal than they imagined. And now, it's not about proving them wrong. No. It's about proving yourself right. About taking every ounce of their doubt, every attack, and transforming it into undeniable momentum. Think about the long, patient grind. Every failed attempt they made against you, every sneer, every insult, every whisper of defeat, it has become your foundation. Your power isn't loud. It's quiet, calculated, and relentless. Ironic, isn't it? They spent years trying to break you, and in the process they built the force that will now rise above them, the one they never saw coming. So what will you do? Will you wait? Will you hesitate? Or will you step forward and embrace the reckoning you've been crafting in the shadows? Every misstep they hoped for, every plan they plotted, has prepared you for the ultimate triumph. And when you move, oh yes, when you strike, it will be precise, undeniable, and unforgettable. Remember this. They attacked for an extremely long time. They tried to define your story. They believed they could stop you, and yet, here you are, stronger, sharper, and unstoppable. Every failed attack has become a building block for your legacy. And in the end, the joke's on them. The one they underestimated, the one they tried to break, has risen, has conquered, and will continue to rise. This is your moment, your time, your reckoning. Step into it, own it, and let the world see what happens when someone refuses to be broken and transforms every attack into fuel for greatness. Aha, bro. Listen up. The FBI thought they knew every move you made, every glance, every step, every calculated pause. Oh, wow. They tracked, they analyzed, they plotted. Yeah. But shadows, my friend. Shadows cannot be caught. Nah. They followed your footsteps, thinking they owned the map, every protocol, every file, every surveillance note. Oh, wow. You weren't there. Not really. Not in their control. They were chasing illusions. Illusions you built with patience and precision, yeah? And now they're lost, scrambling, confused. The power you carry, unseen and unstoppable, is rewriting the rules. Oh, wow. They thought they could corner you. Nah. But the shadow moves silently, strikes unpredictably, and bends reality itself. The chase is over. Or maybe it's only just begun. They are hunters, now hunted. Yeah, the fear in their eyes, the desperation in their moves, priceless. Oh, wow. And you? You're the storm, the strategy, the silence that cannot be broken, unstoppable. They believed they could see you. They believed your moves were theirs to predict. But you are no one's map. Oh, wow. Do you feel it? That pulse beneath your skin, the quiet hum that says they think they know. yet they don't. They sit behind their screens, tracing your patterns, filing reports, pretending certainty is power. Yeah, power is not given to those who stare at shadows, thinking they are masters of light. They follow footsteps. You leave echoes. They strategize. You improvise. And in that difference, in that subtle lethal space, they are already losing. Do you understand the audacity of being untouchable? Nah, maybe not yet, because untouchable isn't about fear. Untouchable isn't about running or hiding or pretending. It's about moving in silence. It's about patience that is sharper than their sharpest blade. It's about discipline so exact, so cold, that their every move becomes predictable before they even make it. They log their data. They watch your routines. They analyze. They plan. And meanwhile, you are already 10 steps ahead, laughing quietly at a world that thinks it is in control. Look at them. Oh wow. Look at them scramble. They thought authority was a cage. They thought knowledge was a net. They were confident in their certainty until they met shadows that do not bend. They think you will falter. They think they can push you into corners. But you are not confined. Every restraint they imagine, every boundary they build, becomes a joke, a riddle, a plaything for your mind. And you move, you flow, you bend reality in ways they will never calculate because you don't exist in the metrics they trust. Every time they claim victory in anticipation, every time they think they have discovered a pattern, you smile quietly. Yeah, you smile. Because victory is not the moment they declare. Victory is the unseen. Victory is the calm, unwavering preparation that lets the storm break precisely when it must. You are both calm and chaos, patience and precision. They call it unpredictability. You call it mastery. And mastery? Mastery is a language they do not understand. They are convinced they are in the driver's seat. FBI protocols, strategies, endless protocols. Oh wow, do they cling to rules? Rules, rules, rules. Like a child holding a thread and believing it will stop the tide. But rules are for the ones who cannot think. Rules are for the ones afraid to face the weight of their own shadows. And you have embraced every shadow, every challenge, every limit. You have walked through silence, through discipline, through unbroken focus, until even the air around you bends to the inevitability of your presence. And here's the truth. They will never whisper aloud. You are more than a puzzle. You are not chaos. You are not a problem to be solved. You are the question that redefines the rules, and the answer will come only when you choose. Oh wow. Do you see the power in that? To watch them strain, to watch them calculate, to watch them think the game is theirs, while every single move they make has already been accounted for in the architecture of your patience. It is intoxicating. It is brutal. It is beautiful. And yes, they are terrified. They do not know it yet, but every report, every file, every whispered analysis is nothing but the skeleton of their own fear. They are hunters, chasing shadows of power they cannot touch. And the cruelest joke? The shadow is not only untouchable, it is alive. It evolves. It learns. It anticipates. It moves. And it is leading them directly into the labyrinth of their own limitations. A shadow can follow endlessly, but only the cleverest turn it into a blade. Oh wow. Have you felt it yet? That moment when patience transforms into inevitability, when quiet calculation becomes a weapon sharper than any force they could muster. They thought shadows were empty, weak, malleable. They thought fear was a chain they could lock around your movements. Yeah, fear is only powerful if you let it breathe. And you have bottled it, distilled it, transformed it into precision. Each pause, each unspoken step, each controlled breath is a strike they cannot anticipate. They are hunting ghosts, but the ghost is alive and lethal. You see, power is not in noise. Power is not in chaos. Power is in the control that others mistake for madness. They chart your course like a map, tick boxes, run scenarios, unaware that the map they hold is already obsolete. Each file they label risk or pattern is now a piece of theater. Every surveillance camera, every report, every insider whisper, it becomes part of a performance they cannot recognize as reality. And the beauty, you are the director, actor, and audience of a play they cannot comprehend. Nah, they will never understand the subtlety of dominance. They do not see that patience is a weapon that strikes before the enemy even knows they are engaged. They do not realize that observation, reflection, and discipline are not weaknesses. They are preparation for a storm that will obliterate their expectations. They move with certainty. You move with inevitability. They think they provoke you, and yet every provocation is already anticipated, accounted for, and transformed into leverage. Your presence is the quiet terror of their minds. Oh wow, the thrill is not in the confrontation. It is in the anticipation. It is in knowing that they are spinning in circles, chasing fragments of a reality they cannot grasp, while you move through the invisible corridors of strategy and insight. Every miscalculation they make is a gift. Every overreach, a mirror of their own underestimation. And you collect these gifts like currency, building strength where they thought there was only weakness. And now the game shifts. Yeah, the shadow is no longer passive. It becomes weaponized. Each step you take, each breath you release, sends ripples into their world, bending it to your design. You are not just unseen, you are untouchable. You are not just a ghost, you are the pulse beneath the ground they walk on. Every law they trust, every tactic they rely upon, every assumption they hold shatters quietly, invisibly, leaving them to wonder where their certainty went. Oh wow, can you hear the silence? That pause when they realize the storm is coming, and they cannot trace its origin. They are the hunters, but the hunted have always been the architects. And the beauty is not just in survival, it is in mastery. The mastery of being completely present, completely disciplined, completely untouchable, in a world that mistakes movement for strength, noise for power. And as they stumble through the labyrinth you created, you realize the truth. Shadows are not weak. Shadows are invisible strength. Shadows are not for hiding. Shadows are for creating inevitabilities. And when the shadow strikes, no one can stop it. When they believe they are closing in, that is the moment they step into the trap. They cannot escape. Oh wow. Have you noticed the way they scramble now? Every move calculated, every plan sharpened, every eye fixed on the illusion they call you. But illusions, illusions are only as weak as the mind chasing them. And they are desperate. Desperate because certainty is slipping through their fingers like sand, and no amount of protocol can hold it. They chase, They measure, they strategize, and yet every pursuit only reveals how deeply outmatched they are. You do not move to them, they move to you. And the irony is delicious. The truth is brutal. They are hunters. Yes, but hunters in the dark, striking blindly at shapes they cannot define. And every instinct they trust, every tactic they implement, every safe move they make, you anticipated. You mapped the edges of their certainty, traced the patterns of their confidence, and now you are bending it into art. Nah, this is not chaos. This is strategy elevated to something almost untouchable. They are reactive. You are proactive. They create the puzzle. You are already outside it, watching pieces fall in ways they cannot comprehend. Observation becomes power. Patience becomes dominance. Each misstep they take feeds the architecture of your inevitability. And the thrill? The thrill is not in confrontation. It is in knowing the storm is already on its way, and they have no idea where it will strike. They believe they are forcing you into corners, but oh wow, corners exist only where the timid abide. You move through open spaces of your own making, unseen, untouchable, unstoppable. Every pause, every glance, every controlled reaction is a lesson in discipline they cannot read. Yeah. And discipline is terrifying when it operates quietly, without spectacle, without bluster. They expect noise, they expect chaos, they expect struggle. And yet you have learned the true power of calm, the power of control, the power to let the world spin itself into exhaustion while you remain the axis. Every file, every surveillance note, every agent tracking your steps becomes irrelevant, a distraction for their minds, a test of their patience, and they fail, always fail, because power that is disciplined, calculated and silent, cannot be cornered. It cannot be defeated. You are a lesson they never wanted to learn. And every time they think they have discovered a weakness, every time they think they have glimpsed a pattern, the trap snaps shut. Oh wow, do they feel it yet? That moment when certainty collapses into chaos they cannot control? They do not know what struck them. They do not know the scope of your patience. They do not understand that control is not a possession. They do not see that it is a force, built step by step, thought by thought, moment by moment. They see shadows, and the shadow is alive. The beauty of this hunt is in their blindness. They are blind to the architecture of your mind. They are blind to the inevitability of your presence. Every miscalculation, every overreach, every act of hubris they commit is orchestrated by your foresight. They run, they stumble, they collide with their own assumptions, and all you do is move, calm, precise, relentless. Every step is deliberate, every pause calculated, every reaction anticipated, and in the quiet aftermath, when they realize they have been outmaneuvered, it will be too late. The hunter thrives on certainty, until certainty vanishes into the very shadows they chase. Oh wow. Can you feel the shift? The tension thickens, the roles invert. Suddenly, every confident step they took feels unstable. Every plan they meticulously built begins to tremble under a force they cannot see. They thought the chase gave them control. Nah, the chase only revealed the limits of their understanding. And those limits? They are now the chains that bind them. Every instinct, every protocol, every tactic they relied upon has become a mirror, reflecting their own vulnerability. They are fast, yes, but speed cannot outrun inevitability. They are thorough, but thoroughness cannot perceive a mind that anticipates the unseen. They strike, and yet every strike is anticipated, every overreach calculated, every assumption exposed. Yeah, they are reacting now, scrambling to adapt, realizing too late that the prey they pursued was the architect of the battlefield all along. They are cornered by illusions, yes, but those illusions were never illusions at all. They were instruments of control, each one placed with precision, each one shaping the trap they now stumble into. And the thrill, oh wow. The thrill is not in confrontation, it is in observation. It is in watching certainty dissolve in real time, watching power shift quietly, relentlessly, until the hunter becomes a participant in a game they cannot win. Every movement they make, every command they issue, every strategy they deploy, only tightens the grip of inevitability. They do not know it yet, but they are dancing to a rhythm composed entirely by your patience, your foresight, your unwavering focus. Discipline is terrifying when wielded silently. The world expects chaos, noise, struggle. They anticipate resistance, yet they are met with precision. They expected vulnerability, yet they encounter control that bends reality to its will. Each step you take is deliberate, every pause intentional, every thought measured, and in that meticulous orchestration, you are untouchable. They are lost in the labyrinth you built, searching desperately for a weakness that does not exist. Yeah, and the irony is exquisite. The hunters, armed with authority and confidence, are now haunted by the very shadows they believed they commanded. Every assumption they held, every certainty they cherished, collapses under the weight of unseen mastery. They are exposed, their minds unraveling, their instincts failing them as the tables flip. And you are calm, you are precise, you are unstoppable. Every pause is a lesson in inevitability. Every glance a reminder that control does not need to be loud. It needs only to exist. Oh wow. Can you sense it? The moment when realization hits. The hunters are no longer in pursuit. They are reacting. They are defensive. They are blind to the architecture that orchestrates their every move. Every choice they make is anticipated, every misstep absorbed, every hesitation exploited. They are the hunted, yes, but this is no recklessness. This is strategy refined into art. Every shadow you left, every subtle maneuver, every silent calculation has built an inevitability they cannot escape. And now the lesson is clear. Power is not taken. Power is not demanded. Power is built, nurtured, disciplined, and when it is wielded, it is unstoppable. They chased certainty, and in doing so, they became prey. They underestimated patience, underestimated foresight, underestimated the strength of control forged in quiet mastery. And in their confusion, their fear, their desperation, the battlefield belongs entirely to you. Legends are not forged in the spotlight. They are forged in shadows where no one dares to tread. Oh wow. The moment has arrived. The world waits, oblivious, while you step beyond perception. Every plan, every anticipation, every shadow you left behind now converges into an unstoppable force. They believed they could catch you. They believed they could contain you. But containment is for minds that fear depth, that fear patience, that fear mastery. And mastery Mastery is invisible until it chooses to reveal itself. This is the apex of control. Every hesitation they had, every assumption they trusted, every echo of confidence they held, dissolves. Now, you move quietly, yet with absolute consequence. Each decision, each pause, each subtle shift sends ripples through the web they built around themselves. Yeah, they do not see it yet. They are scrambling, reacting, desperate to regain footing, unaware that the ground beneath them has always been yours to command. They are blind to inevitability. Nah, they believe chaos is strength, noise is power, speed is dominance. And yet here you are, calm, deliberate, unshakable. Every breath is a statement, every step is a lesson, every glance a reminder that presence does not demand recognition, it creates consequence. The storm is not in motion, it has already arrived, quietly enveloping everything they cling to, everything they trust, everything they hope to control. Oh, wow. The thrill of watching certainty collapse in real time is unparalleled. They chase illusions, they stumble over their own strategies, they misread signals, and yet every misstep was orchestrated, every failure anticipated, every doubt anticipated and manipulated. You are not chaos, disguised as control. You are control manifested into inevitability. They move. You do not. They react. You anticipate. They stumble. You dominate. Patience has become a weapon. Silence has become a shield. Observation has become supremacy. Yeah, it is the quiet mastery that terrifies more than any display of force. They expected struggle, and yet struggle is yours to command. They expected resistance, and yet resistance bends under the weight of preparation they never saw. They expected the unpredictable, but the unpredictable is your design, carefully calibrated, perfectly timed, and utterly untouchable. Every shadow you cast, every maneuver you made, every unseen strategy coalesces into revelation. And in that revelation they understand too late that they were never the hunters. They were participants in a game they could not comprehend. Nah, the rules were never theirs to enforce. The battlefield was never theirs to claim. Every moment they believed they controlled the outcome. You were already reshaping reality beneath them. Yeah, and power, true power, is this quiet, invisible force. It does not scream. It does not demand. It does not need validation. It exists, and in existing it changes everything around it. They chase shadows, yet the shadow is not what they fear. They fear inevitability. They fear precision. They fear control, wielded with patience and clarity. And as the realization hits, every step they take is absorbed, every move predicted, every plan neutralized. Oh wow, this is the culmination. The unseen has been unleashed. The hunters are disoriented, scrambling in their own maze. They trusted certainty, they relied on observation, they believed in control, and now they see that all of it was the architecture of your mastery. The shadow is alive, the silence speaks. The inevitability prevails. And in this moment, the lesson is clear. Those who underestimate discipline, patience, and inner mastery will always fall into the designs of those who embody them. So, they thought they knew you? Nah. They thought control was theirs. Oh wow. Every plan, every strategy, every sure thing they held, gone. You moved in shadows, silent, untouchable. Yeah. And now, the hunters are the hunted, scrambling, confused. The fear they never saw coming, it spreads. It consumes. Oh wow. You didn't need to fight. You didn't need to shout. You only needed to exist, and the world bent around your presence, unstoppable. Every move, every pause, every calculated breath, it all led here. Yeah? The power you carry is not loud. It is not flashy. It is invisible, inevitable. Nah. And the lesson they'll never forget? You are not predicted. You are not caught. You are not controlled. Oh wow. You are the storm, the shadow, the force that rewrites the rules forever.